ready on the firing line. We have 50 rounds, fully automatic, fire. All right, wake up, people. Combat Stu here. It's time to get you briefed up on the latest and devastating Nerf technology. So stand by for a Nerf gun review. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to pull the Nerf Rhino Fire out of the box here, okay? I'm going to show you what this reminds me of other Nerf guns and also real-world military weapons. We're going to do a thorough range fire on this down at my indoor firing range, and then we're going to examine some details of its use here in the toy testing lab. I'm going to tell you what I like or what I don't like about it. I'm going to suggest some rules for use of this weapon in Nerf wars. And I'm going to give you my ratings on the weapon. And finally, we're going to answer some viewer mail, and I'm going to do some shout outs. So let's have a look. Right, so this is a Rhino Fire. This weapon was first demonstrated for me at the top secret Hasbro showroom during the New York Toy Fair last February. When I saw them showing me how the technology worked, I said, I gotta have this. I gotta get this before the enemy does. And so I brought one back all the way from New York City. And here's a good look at the box, and it's huge. Look, it's almost 3 feet long. You're gonna need a pickup truck to get this home, let me tell you. And it's so big. And of course, it comes with 30 darts, but I got extra ammo because I know I'm gonna need it. Don't worry about that. It requires not one, not two, six alkaline batteries, D size battery. Look at that. Look at all that power you got to put in there to keep this thing running. And that's why when you check it out at Toys R Us, they go, oh, would you like some batteries to go with that toy? Yeah, because I know they got you. Because, you know, the last thing you want to do when you're a grandma and you get home at Christmas and you forgot the batteries. And that's why you don't really want to buy the batteries at Toys R Us, because they're going to rip you off. Yeah, and then they go, oh, you can save 20% if you apply for a Toys R Us credit card now. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? I got $100,000 in student loan debt from college. You think I want a credit card? Are you kidding me? Let me see the form. Oh, and don't forget the caution. Caution! Do not aim at eyes or face. You know why? You know why? Because you'll put your eyes out. You'll put your eyes out. Don't do that. Yeah, and they say, use only darts designed for this product. Do not modify darts or dart blaster. You know why they say that? Because you kids are doing it. You naughty kids are out there hopping up, modifying your guns to make them drive tacks and stuff. I don't even want to know. Okay, let's get it out of the box. There we go. Yeah. Come on. Does it look damaged at all? No, it's not damaged, is it? Looks fine. Looks fine. Good condition. Darts, tripod, one magazine, the other magazine, and of course the weapon system all in one piece. I can't wait to get this put together. Now it comes to some directions. You don't need that. I'm going to tell you everything you need to know. It's one of the largest and most expensive Nerf guns ever produced. The twin drum magazines make this weapon look massive. The tripod mount gives you a 360-degree field of fire ability. We're going to give this weapon a thorough test in my top secret indoor firing range. The range is hot, ready on the firing line. We have 50 rounds, fully automatic, fire! Good. Maximum range about 75 feet. Now with these drum magazines, the Nerf Rhino Fire, similar to other drum magazine weapons Nerf's put out years ago. For instance, the ECS 50 Stampede, later on they added a drum magazine to go with that. And drum magazines have been used with other Nerf weapons. It reminds me a lot of the 20mm Oerlikon guns used by the Navy in World War II. The early cannons had a better range and punch than the 50 caliber machine guns. And they worked well at short ranges where the larger guns couldn't track moving targets, the aircraft, that well. Later on, when attacking aircraft got a lot larger, the Navy went to a 40 millimeter Bofors cannon. And see the Navy guys in this video, they're retired dudes, you know, they're reenactors. And those ammo mags are empty. See, that's why they're reloading so fast and lifting them easily. If they were full, if those ammunition magazines were full, they'd be like, okay, you know, because they're retired dudes. Well, although really, I think if I saw a kamikaze plane coming at my ship, I could get that gun reloaded pretty fast. I'd be motivated, you know what I mean? Oh yeah. Now the twin hand grips on this weapon remind me of the Browning 50 caliber machine gun, the greatest machine gun ever made. Here's some pics I took when I was deployed to the desert. There's my Halo toy. You see the 50 caliber bullets are the size of my hand. It's a very heavy weapon. Usually it's mounted on vehicles. These Marines here, they're firing from a tripod, and you watch how fast they use up a box of ammo. Just a few seconds. This gun barrel will get very hot. With sustained firing, you have to be able to change the barrel or else it'll just melt on you and put you completely out of action. Watch how fast these Marines change the barrel. It's a crew-served weapon. Really hard to carry. You're going to need about 6 guys to carry the weapon, the tripod, the ammo, the extra barrel. It's just impossible. Really, that's why you tend to mount it on a vehicle or in a fixed position like in your watchtower or inside your blockhouse, something like that. Now, this weapon is not terribly accurate. I'm going to aim for this target here. It's only about 20 feet away. Rate of fire of the weapon is not a lot to get excited about. Just under 3 darts a second compared to the Boomco Rapid Madness that shoots up to 10 darts a second. Now, if this were a real weapon, you'd have your recoil, right, like this. So you want 2 tripod legs. If you got a tripod, you want 2 of the legs back this way to hold the weapon in place. That means that when it's ready to fold up, you're going to fold these forward like this. They kind of hang down. They don't really stay up there that well. Some people may want to rotate it and fold them back like this. It's up to your own personal preference. What I don't like is how this comes off too easy. Watch this. It comes off way too easy. There's just these 2 little clips to hold the tripod on there. Yeah, okay, it's keeping it from breaking, which is why it's like that. But they also come off. Look, I just turned it a little bit and it came off. I really don't like that about this tripod. Once you've got it on and you've got it in place, it doesn't come off too easy. But if you mess around with it, it does really come off pretty easy. See, it just popped off just now. One side of it did. I don't like that there. All right. I don't like this really loud, obnoxious, clacky sound I get when I pull the barrel of the weapon up like this. It sounds like it's breaking. It's not, but it's not great. Otherwise, though, once you get it up into this position, easy range of motion here. You can engage targets below you. You can engage targets at ground level. And of course, you can engage airborne targets as well, which is really what the weapon is designed for. It's designed to be used against ground targets and airborne targets as well. Let them try and come at you with their little hovercraft and their drones. You got to shoot down the drones with this thing. Nicely padded feet on the bottom. There's little rubber bumps. This firing chamber door here is said to help with clearing jams. I haven't needed to use it for that. In any case, the weapon will not fire unless the door is fully closed. And you can see where the rounds are pushed into the firing chamber underneath here. An easy hand grip can be used with 2 hands or 1. Push the trigger down halfway to spool up the flywheel. Push the rest of the way down to start shooting. So if you just mash down the trigger hard to start shooting, your first 1 or 2 rounds are going to be weak while the flywheel builds up speed. After that, though, it's at full power. I've been testing this weapon a lot. I have not had a lot of trouble with jams or held rounds. Held rounds are when the weapon stops firing, but you still have rounds in the magazine here. It's a held round. Not a lot of problems with that. Of course, for combat, you're going to want to load this as much as you can. But like I said, I've only got about 22 or 23 rounds in the magazine. Up to 25, you would see the rounds up to here through this clear window here, right? Now, here's a tactical tip. That's a real life tip. What happens if you leave this loaded all the time? See, there's a spring in here, right? You leave this loaded all the time, that spring is going to get kind of weak because it's always compressed. It's always pushed, closed. So I recommend you leave these unloaded when you're not using them. I know that's not like, it means you can't just grab it and fight like right away. You need extra, that's why you need extra magazines. Unfortunately, Hasbro is not selling extra magazines, but the ones they did for the other, like the Stampede, they may fit in this one. I don't know. Try it out. Let me know in the comments if the other magazines will fit in this weapon. Like even the banana clips, perhaps, or the straight magazines might fit in here. Let me know. So what I'm saying here, see, if you leave the magazine empty, the spring is going to be what we say relaxed. It won't be crunched tight. And that way it'll maintain its life. It'll maintain its springiness for a longer period of time. So, when you're going to have a war, you fill it up, use it, and then when you're finished and it's empty, leave it empty, okay? The weapon has a long tactical rail in the center and 2 additional short rails above the magazine feeds. There's also a place to clip a sling here, and here you can clip it to either side for carrying. Something interesting about these tactical rails. Here's my Boomco gun. Tack rails look very similar, don't they? In fact, and I'll even swing this around face onto the camera, you may see that they are in fact the same size. So you should be able to use your Hasbro rail-based accessories on your Boomco weapon, or if Boomco makes some interesting accessories, they haven't yet, you might could try them on your Nerf gun. I want you to notice there's some machinery detailing on the side of the weapon towards the bottom. And also if you look close, maybe it's hard to see, but there's actually some camo pattern texture applied to just one part of the side rails here. As if they were going to paint it with camo pattern, but they didn't do that. It's a shame. But that would be this would be the only place where I see this camo pattern going on here. Here's what I don't like about this weapon. I don't like the clacky sound it makes when you do, and I don't like how it comes off the tripod too easy like this. I don't like the poor accuracy of the weapon. I don't like the slow rate of fire, and I really don't like the color. I'm definitely gonna have to do a repaint of this. What do you think? Should I do it with the navy camo color like this, huh? What do you think? Battleship gray? What do I like? Well, overall, it's kind of awesome. It's got the twin barrels with the dust boots on it, just like the anti-aircraft guns in the Navy. It's got this massive drum magazines. It's got the dust boots. It's got the tripod mount, very handy to have, and I'm going to try this on a vehicle. And it's got those the twin grip handles. I like that as well. So if you're going to play Nerf wars with this gun, I recommend some rules. First, this is a crew-served weapon. It takes 2 people. Doesn't mean one guy shooting this gun and one guy shooting another Nerf gun. No, it don't work that way. 2 guys. One guy spotting, one guy reloading, one guy helping with the ammo, and the other guy shooting the weapon. Number 2, it's a heavy weapon. It must be utilized from the tripod or from a fixed position of some kind, from a vehicle perhaps. It cannot be held Rambo style to run around like that. You got to shoot it from the tripod. Number 3, it can't be repositioned. But it's a crew-served weapon. It takes 2 guys to carry it. That doesn't mean one guy carrying it and the other guy shooting another Nerf gun. 2 guys got to carry this weapon while they reposition. Rule number 4, when the Rhino fire runs out of ammo, the attacking force gets 3 seconds free to advance. Then they got to freeze until the Rhino fire is loaded up and ready to fire again. Now, if the crew of the Rhino fire picks up on the Nerf guns and starts firing, then their freeze is off and it's Nerf war again, and they can't use the Rhino fire. So those are my rules anyway. Make up your own if you don't like my rules. Okay, so here's my ratings. For overall awesomeness, I'm going to give it 4 out of 5 stars. You got, it's big, it's huge, you got those big magazines, you got the twin cannons, you got the pistol grip, the handle grips down here. It's a very awesome weapon. But in form factor, I'm going to only give it 2 stars because look, it's an awful color choice. You got this clacky tripod, you got the tripod mount that comes off too easy. Not really well made in that respect. In tactical use, yeah, I give it 2 stars because it's got such a low rate of fire, hard to maneuver with this weapon. It's sort of a fixed position kind of weapon, not really meant for tactical use. But for strategic use, defense of the homeland, defense of your base, I'm going to give it 5 stars. High magazine capacity, reasonably sustained rate of fire. A tripod allows you to have a wide field of fire, assuming you have a good position. So those are my ratings. You can tell me what you think. All right, let's get to some viewer mail. I'm going to respond to some comments that have been coming in to my recent videos. First off, Koozie Boys. You're the man, Stu. Thank you for the comprehensive look at the new stuff. The Nerf community thanks you. I am so impressed. Thank you. I don't do a lot of Nerf reviews, and so it's very gratifying to hear an attaboy. And Koozie Boys reply to comments on my videos often. I do appreciate it. Next up, Gianluca Carlin says, are there any Ben 10 toys from Bandai? Thank you. And I put up a video. I'm sorry, there's no Ben 10 toys this year from Bandai. We'll have to stand by. Until then, use the hashtag SaveBen10. Mr. Overcritical 1989. I don't know why, but he's keeping his finger on the trigger when he's done firing. He's bugging me with a nice video. It says, I'm subscribing. Thank you. Well, yeah. See, that's not what you call trigger discipline. When you're like in a range situation training, you keep your finger off the trigger when you're just talking. It's because it's dangerous. You could accidentally squeeze the trigger when you don't mean to. In combat, I know combat troops tend to keep their fingers on that trigger a lot more, but they don't do that when they're back home in the base. They're careful. And here, Lahore and CPD 0123A, they're both pretty excited, like a lot of people are, for the Modulus and the Rivals Nerf guns. Yeah, they're going to be pricey, especially if you intend to pick up all the pieces, parts, all the attachments. One good thing is maybe you can start with the rifle and then buy the attachments, say, 1 a month or something. But it's going to be fun with the different combinations you can use and buying just the attachments for your older Nerf guns. Because I don't have any sights, I don't have any scopes at all. I'd like to pick one up, or 2 or 3. Nightbeat 1203, when are you doing Combiner Wars? I'm very excited for the Protectobots. Yeah, well, I brought back one Combiner Wars figure for Optimus Prime. Sure, I'm gonna do a review of that guy. Yeah, of course. Awesome Guy 56. Are you going to do Halo Mega Blocks? Yes, I have the one set I got from for free from Mattel and Mega while I was at the New York Toy Fair. I'm going to do that guy. And then Orc does Minecraft. Oh, Orc does Minecraft. Also Call of Duty Mega Blocks. Yes, I may have to go to Singapore to find the Call of Duty Mega Blocks toys, but that's a good suggestion. Minecraft, Tammy Clark is asking. I'm going to look for some. I don't know Minecraft. I don't know. Maybe. Nerf Vitality, who says, who else heard I am stupid? Well, all right, that was me. Yeah, a lot of people heard that. That was me. I'm not too proud to say I'm stupid sometimes. That's okay. I don't mind. Well, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, hit that subscribe button. If you didn't like it, hit the subscribe button anyway. I need all the subscribers I can get. I'm begging you. And until next time, have a great day.
To kill me, I guess I'm doing okay. I'm lost among the millions, just an empty head filled with the sky. I separated my life between the boring